Ladies and gents, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. My name is Dan, and today we're going to take a look at, well, the Online Safety Act where 4chan is refusing to pay the stupid fine, which I am still with them, amidst the UK free speech row with Trump. So, Britain's first Online Safety Act penalty risks inflaming censorship row with the White House. The online message board 4chan is refusing to pay a fine handed down by Britain under new rules set by the Online Safety Act, which still to this day is one of the most ludicrous things that they have done, because they haven't allowed people to know what they need to censor or what they need to put behind bigger security and try and not let the younger people see. And seeing that the UK want to be like, oh, we're going to just do this. If you don't comply with us, we're going to fine you. Even if you're not based in the UK, you have no business in the UK, but people from the UK may look at your website. Sorry, you cannot go to someone else's country and say, you must abide by my law. That does not work. I have used this little story of how this is basically what's happening. A UK person who is aged 18 goes over to America, goes into a bar. I'd like a Budweiser, please. You over 21? No, I'm 18. Sorry, I can't serve you. But I have ID, I'm 18. Sorry, 21 in this country. Well, I don't care. In my country, 18, you're allowed to drink. I want a drink. Sorry, no. Our laws, our country. That's how it is. But it's just absolutely ludicrous seeing that this is what they're going for. It's like, you don't listen to us, we're going to charge you, we're going to fine you. And to be honest with you, this is going to pull so many companies who are like, you know what? We're not even going to bother with the UK. We don't want to deal with that shit. That's what's going to happen. And the UK is going to lose so much money. People are going to lose jobs over this. Guarantee it. But it does go on to say, though, that in a move that risks inflaming a free speech row with the White House, regulator Ofcom said it had fined the social media site £20,000 for failing to hand over information about the risk of illegal material on its platform. The watchdog said it was also impose a daily penalty of £100 starting from tomorrow for either 60 days or until 4chan provides it with the correct information. 4chan are not going to pay it. They're going to be like, fuck off. That's exactly what's going to happen. However, 4chan has said it will refuse to pay the fine, which its lawyers described as risible, which it is. It's one of the worst things that Ofcom could do, because 4chan, the people who go there as well, it's literally going to cause so much shit. People who use 4chan like to laugh, like to joke, make memes, dark humor, and just because a couple of people in London think, oh, that should be illegal, doesn't go that way. You've had it with the movie censorship for a long time. TV censorship. Oh, they shouldn't be swearing in video games, or they shouldn't be swearing in songs. It's those type of people. It's basically Mary Whitehouse from the 70s and 80s coming online. And she was one of the worst people for censorship, she was. Preston Byrne, managing partner of law firm Byrne & Storm, said that Americans don't obey British censors is a matter of settled US law, which is exactly true. Maybe instead of sending my clients stupid letters, they should think about answering the lawsuit we filed against them in DC federal court. It comes after 4chan and fellow online forum Kiwi Farms filed a lawsuit against Ofcom in August, seeking a ban on the regulator enforcing the Online Safety Act against American companies. It is so ludicrous. It's just, it really grinds my gears, censorship does, for this, man. And it does go on. Obviously, this is against the backdrop of broader transatlantic tensions over the UK's online safety rules. Officials in Donald Trump's administration have raised concerns that the laws, which are aimed at tackling illegal material and protecting children from harmful content, could amount to censorship. So that is true. But with all of this, I understand that this is needed. This is needed. However, there's ways you go about it, and it's not for some government who have people like who are in charge, like this person here, Liz Kendall, who Only a couple of years ago, she was the one for the disabled people of the UK where she fucked up well and truly. She doesn't really know how to use an iPhone. There's images and videos of her from a couple of years ago where she has trouble operating a mobile phone. These people, they need to get people who work in this style of industry. They need to. They need to get people who know how to code. People who know how to be like, right, certain ages for this, certain ages for that. And, to be honest with you, a list of what websites can say, right, this is classed as harmful content for so-and-so ages, or this is classed as illegal, try and not show these. That's what they need to do, but they haven't. They have literally said to every single website, you operate in UK, people from the UK come to you, you must ban everything. You must censor everything. It is absolutely ludicrous, it really is. But as they're saying by here though, that in particular, they see the potential for penalties as unwarranted foreign intervention into American free speech, which is very true. And one of the funny things that we've had recently in the last couple of months is when Donald Trump came here to the UK and he asked Keir Starmer about our free speech, and Keir Starmer, oh yes, we have free speech here in the UK. Going by social media and all the police who are going to these people's houses saying, you can't say this, how dare you say that? That's not having free speech. That is a dictatorship. And it literally is turning into 1984 in real time for us here in the UK. It's absolutely just mind-blowing, it really is. But Liz Kendall, the technology secretary, like we said, she is the government of fully backed Ofcom in taking action. She added services can no longer ignore illegal content, like encouraging this or this, which I totally agree, because self-harm or suicide, those are things that little kids and teenagers, they should not be able to see, because it will give them ideas. We all know this. But the problem is, like we said, they need to get people and employ them who know what to look for, who know how to code certain things to basically not wipe it from the internet, because you never will get rid of anything on the internet. And if someone wants to find something, they will, no matter how many security things that you put in front of it. You know, it's just not going to happen. But seeing those things, yes, they can't be online. And it does, devastate young families, and, lives are shattered, which is exactly true. But the way that these people are going about it is completely wrong. And obviously she did say as well that this fine is a clear warning to those who fail or remove illegal content or protect children from harmful material. Now the problem with that as well is, we're them saying to remove illegal content. The UK government could have different outlooks on what is illegal content to, say, America, Canada, South America, France, Israel, Japan, Russia, anywhere else in the world. These countries all have different ideas on what illegal content is, and again, what harmful content can be. This is why they need to get people, bring them in, actual people who work in that industry of, right, this is happening. Basically like prevention helplines and all that. Those type of people who know what they're looking for, and the ones who can go online and look for things. That's what they need to do. But it's the way that they're trying to basically go to 4chan, which this is very true, it's described by critics as the cesspit of the internet, but it's also one of the funniest websites on the internet, is notorious for the extreme material posted on its site, which it is. But thing is though, it's not a UK company. Just because people from the UK go on it doesn't mean that you can literally say, give me 20 grand. It doesn't work like that. And when you see that this is the sort of thing now that is coming around and coming from the UK, with the amount of shit that's going on in our country, they seem to care more about what's going online regarding harmful content and all this, instead of actually going against the problems that UK are having. It's absolutely insane. It really is. And with 4chan and the way that it has been since the UK has started doing this stuff, it's just gotten more extreme. And a lot of it is even more funnier, which it really is. But as it does say, though, it goes back to what we've had, though, that Ofcom opened the investigation into the website in June after it received reports of illegal content and activity being shared on the platform, which now here, June, that was 1.5 months before the Online Safety Act came into power. Why were they doing it then? You know? The regulator said that 4chan had not responded to a request for a copy of its illegal harm risk assessment or a second request relating to its global revenue. It's not about protecting kids. It's not about protecting the little ones from seeing the harmful content. It's about money. It always is. And when I see this, that the government are letting people be arrested and everything else for saying horrible words online because someone's feelings got hurt, how the fuck did we rule the world all those years ago? How? Literally, it's one of the most stupidest things ever. And by here, we've also got, should the US company ignore the fine, Ofcom can take steps to block access to the site in Britain. Oh no. Oh no. ExpressVPN, people. ExpressVPN. I'll leave the link below for you. Yeah, it's absolutely just ridiculous. It really is. But Ofcom has said, though, has issued provisional decisions against 2 other websites for similar failures to provide information. I'm telling you right now, this is censorship on a global scale, trying to come from the UK. And it's not going to work. It's really not. It's going to be one of the worst things that they could have done. They are going to lose billions and billions of pounds because US companies, hell, it's not even going to be US companies. It can be companies from anywhere in the world pulling out of the UK because they're like, well, no, we don't think this is harmful content. We don't think this is illegal content. Yes, it's horrible, but it's not illegal. And they're like, no, you have to take that off the internet because that is horrible. I said so. It's Mary Whitehouse, but in government form. It really is. I'll leave a link below for you folks to my series of horror, as Mary Whitehouse, she had a lot to do with the video nasty craze of the 80s. But guys, let us know what you think about this down below. Like and subscribe. My name has been Dan, and as always folks, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.